With the decision made by the Uyghur Tribunal, we have learned that various crimes against humanity was proven throughout the process, and such as crimes of deportation, forced transfer of people, severe deprivation of people's physical liberty, torture, gender-based sexual harassments, and sexual violence and persecution, and also different kinds of enforced disappearances, and also all kinds of inhumane acts that were proven during the Uyghur Tribunal. But also furthermore, we learned that there's the forced labor situation where modern slavery is happening as well. And now we know that the tribunal has done its job of analyzing and evaluating the evidence and making a decision. And now it's really time for us and also the governments around the world to do their part, to do their job. Governments, they have responsibility to stop genocide. And also they must put out punitive measures and practical measures such as targeted sanctions and banning products made by forced labor. And also they need to diversify. They also need to diversify their supply chains and provide safe havens for Uyghur refugees. And there are many Uyghurs now are stuck and they're afraid to go back home because they're afraid of being persecuted by the Chinese government. And also, as a consumer myself, doesn't matter if I'm Uyghur or not, I have trust, I have belief in humanity. I know that there's no single person in the world would want to or will be happy to, there's no single person in the world will be pleased to wear something, wear something that is made by forced labor on their body. And I have that trust in humanity, and I believe that it is also our responsibility to stop the modern slavery. So for many Uyghurs, including me, when we first heard the decision, we were thrilled, and many of us, we did not know how to react. We don't know whether we should cry or smile. We were glad to hear that this decision was made, but also we wanted to cry for our family members that are being persecuted and are going through all these suffering from all these genocidal acts and under the Chinese government's treatment in China. And even though the Uyghur Tribunal itself does not have an enforcement power, but it does have a moral and intellectual credibility that governments around the world they should acknowledge. And with the Uyghur Tribunal's decision made, it is now extremely, extremely crucial that the international community start putting on actions to stop these crimes and hold the perpetrators accountable, hold the Chinese government accountable. So I really urge the international community to really educate themselves about this on this issue, and also learn and also to know that whether you really want to continue supporting the genocide, supporting the crimes against humanity, supporting the modern slavery by purchasing, by helping those brands and international companies keep profiting from those from those poor Uyghur people, or whether you want to help the governments to choose another alternative ways to support the Uyghurs and to end this crimes against humanity. I'd like to ask people around the world to, let me rephrase that. For people who are interested in learning more about the forced labor situation of the Uyghur people, you may visit the website of End Uyghur Forced Labor. It's a website for the Coalition to End Uyghur Forced Labor, where we help consumers around the world to be educated on this issue, where we also engage with brands and corporations around the world on how they can stop how can they prioritize human rights over profiting from Uyghur forced labor. So, and UyghurForcedLabor.com.